episode of Too Much Sauce.
Too much sauce. Welcome back. It's been a
We are
minute.
so happy to be back. I know it's been a long time, guys, but we are back in business, and let's keep it going. We got a lot of stuff talking to you guys about today, especially in basketball.
Basketball is
It's getting
crazy.
heated,
It's getting good.
and it's getting crazy.
It's getting really good.
I'm Romeo Montiel.
I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you
Alright.
guys.
Let's get right into it, man. Conference finals just started. Well, they're about to start for East, and from when we're filming at right now. But Western Conference Finals has been really heated. Let me tell you, man. Been a lot of speculation about Zaza Pachulia, about him being a dirty player, and basically he took out Kawhi Leonard. Greg Popovich wasn't very happy about that. He had a lot of comments about it, saying that, basically NBA should penalize him, because he should. I mean, apparently that play was dirty. I don't know, man. Zaza, I've seen Zaza play a bunch of times back in the days when he was with Atlanta. I've seen him play, so many times. He is a dirty player. He's known to be dirty. But on this play, man, I gotta give him credit. I don't think it was that dirty of a play, to be honest. I mean, we're talking about playoffs. This is a big playoff game between these two teams. It's setting the tone up for both of these teams. And I just didn't think I really didn't think Zaza, what he did was that dirty. I really didn't think. I thought he was just a closeout, and Kawhi was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Plays like this happen all the time, and it's unfortunate because it's what his past was, and his past came back to haunt him. But I don't think it's Zaza's fault. I don't think he was meant, to do that purposely.
I'll agree on that fact. I think it was a clean closeout.
Right.
But to me, I think he's a dirty player. He's played against the Bulls. I'm from Chicago, man. You're from Chicago. Right. You've seen him play the Bulls, and he's played dirty before. He's played against, and even if you see online, what Popovich is talking about, and you look back at those games, he is doing dirty plays. He is grabbing arms, and he is almost hurting players. And this is not the first time he's went after Kawhi, so it's I understand where Pop's anger and frustration is coming from. So it's perfectly normal to be upset. So of course, I think that closeout was perfectly clean. Did he have to get underneath him on the shot? That's where I kind of get a little. That's where I'm a little okay. Maybe he closed out fine, but did he have to get extra close to close out? He got underneath of him. He put his leg out underneath. I'm sure. He wasn't I don't know, man. Because I also saw clips. Greg Popovich is saying and when he was talking about how dirty this guy was, he had confrontations with David West. He had confrontations with Kawhi as well before. He almost broke his arm last time. Yeah. And I personally don't think that. Again, this is playoffs, and it hurts even more because they were up 20 points in this game one. So I get and it's Kawhi Leonard, their best player. I feel like it was more of a bling type of deal. I don't really think that it was purposely. I can see how it can be, but I don't think Zaza was in that type of deal where he was trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? A player will take anything they can to win. Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm sure it can go both ways.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
in the long run, man, who do you have winning in the long run? Who do you want to win, or who do you have
Western?
winning?
It's all set up to be Cleveland and Golden State again. Set up to be the third time. See Kevin Durant and LeBron go at it for the first time in the final. The second time in the finals. So I don't want to see San Antonio go, but I do. It's one of those teams where they've been there a lot of times, but Golden State's been there the last 2 years, so you kind of always. To me right now it doesn't matter. I'll be. Obviously I want to see Golden State because of the star power. There's a lot of star power, so it's gonna be fun to watch.
Right.
Steph, Clay, Draymond, Kevin, LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love.
An all-star
it's full. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I think that's cool. I think the star power wise, it's gonna be fun.
It's probably gonna be the most watched finals in a long time.
Yeah, it's other finals have kind of been. Last year's finals was good too. The last 2 years finals they've been good. So that's why they're going for the third one. Yeah. So that's why I think it'll be fun to watch them one more time. But I am getting tired of watching the same teams. So I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, I do want Golden State though. I'll say Golden State's it's gonna be there, but it doesn't matter to be honest. At the end of the day.
Right. I don't know, man. I think, and I got Warriors winning 4-1. I think Spurs can pull out one game at least. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked on Kawhi's injury. I know he's not playing game 2 from what I've heard. And I don't know. I think they still have that chemistry. I mean, they beat Houston Rockets pretty bad last game when Kawhi was out. And I think that Greg Popovich is a great coach, one of the best coaches ever. I mean, you can argue about that with him and Phil, but in my eyes, I think Greg Popovich can always get something out of nothing. And this guy brings out the best out of players. And it's sad to see them, definitely hurting without Kawhi, but I could see them winning a game, maybe even 2.
Well, you see. I mean, that's how I see that. I mean, if they're not there this year, they have a good chance of making it next year. You got guys like you got a bunch of players out there that are gonna be free agents. A lot of big time players. Paul George,
a lot of guys.
DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. Like you're gonna have a lot of players.
I haven't heard a rumor about Chris Paul even leaving, maybe going to Spurs.
I mean, there's so much.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, there's so much. So I mean, if they, I mean, it's gonna be hard to do it without Kawhi because Kawhi is he's the defensive anchor on that team, and he sets the tone. And offensively, if he has to, offensively he can set the tone too. So I mean, we'll see how they go. I mean, they did good that last game against the Rockets. I mean, but that was
But James Harden wasn't fine. So
James Harden left the building. And, the Monstars took his energy.
There was actually a big couple conspiracies on that James Harden apparently got into it with the front office, and he just didn't want to deal with it anymore, and he kind of just threw the game. And they were saying that because he didn't shoot 3 until like almost the third quarter, man, or halfway through the second, and that's not like him. And they said after that game he was out partying and he just didn't. It seemed like he didn't care too much about the loss. And there was I heard from a couple sources that he wasn't really too thrilled about it, and he was I mean, I don't know how that front office is. I don't know if it's Mike D'Antoni. I don't know if it was whoever the president of the Rockets Association is, but whatever. But I don't know. I just don't. I couldn't believe when I heard that, because I always thought James Harden. This whole year, this guy's been grinding it out, and I don't know how anyone could disrespect that man for bringing that team that far to playoffs. And
I mean, who knows, man? Who knows what's happening behind
closed doors in that office? Didn't seem. I mean,
he could only
Harden
do so
worthy,
much.
Man. It just did not. That game was just not.
He could only do so much, and you can't expect every player to come out every day and perform the way they do. I mean, he's gonna have one off day, and maybe that game was his off day, and they put a little bit more pressure than they do. I mean, when he's the go-to guy, and Spurs are always old school basketball team where they're defensive, first. Yeah, they're gonna come at you with everything they got, and I mean they got the players too. And I mean, if you put Kawhi on him, I mean, the last game Kawhi wasn't there, so I don't know what it was, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they showed up. San Antonio showed up, and Houston didn't. So,
yeah. No, I don't know, man. It was quite interesting. That Kawhi is definitely a big impact for your Spurs team. We'll see how they can do it with the Warriors.
Yeah, that's gonna be something, crazy. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I think the key players that are going to be for this series coming up, I think, I mean, everybody knows, with Kawhi gone, KD's going to have to take advantage of that and try to score as much as he can offensively, and try to just get him into a groove early. Like, keep him going. Like, if he stays hot, if he keeps playing his ball, I mean, he'll be hard to stop when it comes to finals time, because he'll have that, that confidence, and he already has confidence when he plays with these guys. A lot more confidence, because, he gets that freedom to, if he doesn't have to shoot, or if he has to shoot or has to attack, he has that freedom because he has people all around him. So, I mean, I think the big guys, KD, I think that's what, with Kawhi being out, and for San Antonio, I'm going to have to go out and I have to say,
Manu's been pretty good, man.
Yeah, Manu's pretty good. He's on the older side of time.
Oh
but,
yeah, but you know he's still. I mean, that block on James was crazy too.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Aldridge, man.
Aldridge,
I think LaMarcus is gonna have to. I think he's gonna have to set the tone more than he should. And I think he's gonna have to be the go-to guy. I mean, you got guys like Patty Mills and you got Gasol, but you know LaMarcus was the big splash that one year. You know that he went to San Antonio, so I think he knows he's gonna have to step it up with Kawhi being out and being that offensive guy. So we'll see if he comes through, you know, offensively and defensively, which they need him to do on both sides of the ball. And if he stays healthy on the court, you know, he stays healthy through this series. I mean, I think they'll be okay.
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Well, that brings me to the Eastern Conference Finals. We just saw a crazy Game 7. You know, Boston, they've been playing. They've been kind of, you know, they're not the dominant team that we've seen in the regular season, but they're also not, you know,
they don't give up.
Either.
They don't
heart. Give up. They don't. They have a lot of heart, and especially, you know, when you got a leader like Isaiah Thomas, you have to have heart for that team.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was a crazy Game 7, man. You know, they beat Washington Wizards. Sad to see John Wall, you know, not make it to the conference finals. He's gonna. I could see him going back there soon, though. They definitely got something going.
Yeah, they do. They don't have. It's not that they don't have enough. I mean, that Boston just came out Game 7. Like, I mean, the whole series was going. Every team that was the home team was winning. So that's how that whole series went. So I mean, hands up. I mean, Boston. I mean, on top of that, they were talking about the last time Wizards won in freaking Boston Garden has been forever. Like they haven't won there in forever. So I think Boston just had the advantage overall in terms of, you know, records at home against Washington.
Those fans, man.
On top of that, the energy of the fan base, and on top of that, they came to play. I mean, they don't have that many scorers, but sometimes some of these guys come through when they need to, and that's what happened last night.
Oh, most definitely. You know, it's gonna be Boston, Cleveland. Boston's the 1 seed, Cleveland's the 2 seed. So that that home court advantage can be, you know, big thing in the long run for Boston as well. But I don't know, man. Cleveland's been on fire right now. They've had over a week off since they swept Toronto. And they haven't lost a playoff game since they were down 3-1 last year. And I don't know, man. Cleveland's on fire right now. I just don't think Boston. I don't think Boston's gonna be able to hang. I hope they do, because, you know, being a Bulls fan, everyone hates LeBron. Most of the people do, at least. And and when we can get into that in just a bit, I just don't think Boston is gonna be able to handle Cleveland at all. I don't know who's who.
I think they go.
LeBron. I don't know who's gonna be able to guard Kyrie. I mean,
I think they go 6. I think maybe 5 or 6. I think Isaiah pulls out a game or 2. I think Boston's energy is gonna be too much when they go to the Garden. I mean, Bron's played there before, so I know it's not gonna be a bother to him. But not most of those players have played in Boston, and that Garden is ridiculous. You know, a lot of energy. There's a lot of history. That crowd's
gonna be loud. Yeah,
a lot of energy, a lot of history. They've been there before. Mm-hmm. They've played against LeBron thousands of times, so they know, you know, energy-wise, it's gonna be insane how that place goes. So we'll see how Game 1 goes. I mean, on top of that, rest is great, but then sometimes it could leave you in a funk. You know, there's some teams that have a lot of rest and they don't perform because they lose that groove, or, you know, they've had that time off, or on top of that, you know, it could be where Boston knows that Boston's been in the back-to-back series, 2 Game 7s, and to come out, or I don't know, Bulls was Game 6 or Game 7, but, you know, the idea is that, you know, they've gone deeper into into these playoff matches, so we'll see. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how this series goes. I think Bron comes out. I think Bron comes out on top, but, you know, I do hope that Isaiah gets out maybe 1 or 2.
I hope so too, man. He definitely deserves it. Isaiah Thomas has been playing his ass off. You know, Isaiah has been going through a lot this playoffs. You know, his sister passed. You know, he lost a tooth, and it's just now he's gonna be playing the best team Cleveland's ever had, playoff wise at least. And, you know, we'll see how it happens, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hope Isaiah can, do something, man. A win is I think will be much, or a couple wins would be much appreciated for him. Yeah. We'll see what happens, bro. Brings me to my next topic, man. If LeBron and I hope this isn't what happens because being a big Jordan fan, I'm already gonna get into it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
LeBron sweeps this team. He's gonna be, let's see, was it three, two? That's 10. That's 14 wins in a row. If he sweeps this team, 14 wins in a row in the playoffs since round 3-1, and there's gonna be a lot of talks about LeBron's gonna be better than Jordan. LeBron's gonna be his 8th time in the finals in a row, and it's all about that record in the finals, bro. Everyone knows that 6 wins over 0 is better than 3 wins over 4. I mean, I'm just saying. And at the same time, I mean, I'm gonna get right into it, bro. Jordan is way better than LeBron. I'm sorry. I'm not saying way better, but he's better. Okay. I'll tell you why.
Go ahead, yeah. Let me hear.
I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you why. The game has gone way soft in the past couple years. We all know that. 3-pointers have been crazy, so we'll go into that. On top of it, the Eastern Conference has not been that strong. I'm sorry to say that, but the Eastern Conference, I mean, you got guys like DeMar DeRozan that was in the Eastern Conference Finals at one point, which he's a great player, but I don't think he's as good as, I don't know, maybe a Larry Bird or Clyde Drexler or any of those guys that were in the 90s. I just don't see that. And I don't know, man. I just the road to the finals is way hard, and day in and day out, Michael Jordan had to do that every time he was in the playoffs. And Michael Jordan's or LeBron James just had an easy pass to get there, and it's just not. I just can't compare the two like that. You can't do that.
They're two different. They're two different eras,
man.
Two
different eras, yeah.
I mean, the game. You say the game changed from being soft. I don't. The game's gotten soft. I don't think it's that. I just think there's no more big men anymore. That's all there is. Back then, there was freaking giants on every team, and that's what it was. So Jordan was a small man among giants, and he slithered through and made shots and created and changed the game. He evolved the game itself. Where, as you see, from Jordan to LeBron, young LeBron to LeBron now, the game has changed from being a big man's game to a spreading the floor, fast pace, on the go basketball league. A league. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's necessarily about the league got soft. I just think it's changed. So LeBron starting, he was in this weird, when he started, the league was in this weird, we want to keep it big men still, but all the big men came in that sucked. Stuff like Kwame Brown, all these random guys were coming in and they weren't doing too good. You got Greg Oden, you got Dwight Howard, who came in and was, the last, I think one of the last good big men before all these other players. You got guys like freaking Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who he had a big LeBron had a big man on his team. But I mean, I think there was a couple big men. I mean, it was just that transition period, which I think as a player where he was all about, the older you get, you just have to change your game. Jordan wasn't 3-point king at the beginning of his career. He still wasn't. But he learned as he got older that he has to take the shots. He has to take more outside shots. Couldn't drive as frequently as he wanted to. Got more into the fadeaway. Being a more perimeter shooter. MJ got, and that's what LeBron's doing too. But LeBron's attacking as well. I mean, LeBron's attacking as he's gotten older. He's understanding. He's a bigger guy. He has to be down low. And he has to take advantage of his size since the game has changed to it being smaller guys. Like, yeah, it's guaranteed, understand the flopping and all that, but it's part of the game. I mean, he's gonna try to get his fouls. That's all these players do. Every single player in the NBA flop and get hurt. I mean, and even the best ones.
It's just another thing is I just think, and to say that Jordan is better than LeBron, I think one key thing is LeBron's insecurity, man. LeBron has always been insecure about the guys he's had around him. He's always been insecure about, his resting. He's always been insecure about just, how his whole athleticism, which that and that until, I mean, I'm not going to say that's bad because, always got to change your game. That's fine. But the whole thing is that Jordan was never really that insecure, man. He had to deal with the hand he was dealt with. And I just don't see that as being dominant on LeBron's standpoint as being the best player ever.
You gotta understand. This is how I see it.
Period. I don't.
The East is easy regardless. That's the thing. It's LeBron is doing what Jordan is doing.
Easy because
he's
joining with these guys.
LeBron is doing exactly what Jordan did, which is shutting down, making one conference his.
Not doing what Jordan
He's making
did.
one conference his, dude. It's literally what he's doing.
Even Jordan
said
he would never ever join Larry Bird.
Yeah, but
Johnson on the team.
Yeah, but he had Scottie Pippen. Scotty, you make it seem like Scotty was trash. Scotty's one of the best out there. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Horace Grant. You know, like he had key players all around. I mean, you make it seem like.
But he was given that. He never asked for that.
Yeah, you make it seem like
that's the front office doing their job. Obviously, you know, he didn't ask for that. He wasn't complaining about that. He was doing very well. He went to the playoffs in the 80s by himself.
If a player knows he needs more power in terms of he needs more players to help. Because it's not a one-man game. It's not like it's not like Jordan went out there and was the only one. I mean, this league nowadays, there's more scorers, more shooters than there was back in the day. I'm sorry, let's get that out the way. There's more scorers. I mean, you had guys back then. It was all about attacking the basket. That was all it was, attack. And you had your one Steve Kerr. Your one, like you had your shooters, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the game back then was about attacking the basket, getting to the rim. So now the game's a lot more about the game's changed because you had teams like the Suns who nobody really cared for, but then they had Amari Stoudemire, then they had Sean Marion, then they have Steve Nash, then they became the team to spread the floor more often, more about. Okay, let's spread the floor. Let's score from not only the inside but the outside. Let's do pick and roll. You get what I'm saying? That's where Popovich was like, okay, well, you know what? My team has to be the same way because you know what? I'm not gonna lose to guys like that anymore, or I'm not gonna take that chance of losing to play. I mean, every team figured it out. Like, okay, you know what? They need to get that spread the floor offense, where we can attack if we need to, but we can shoot from outside if we need to too. That's where. LeBron, he knew at first was a straight attack the basket player. He was old school basketball at the beginning of his career. It wasn't about shooting that much. He shot mid range here and there. He shot three rarely. But as he got older, he evolved himself. But he can't do it. You can't do it alone in this league anymore. Jordan's played great players, but Jordan's played the best players in the NBA at his time. But so is LeBron. And that's what I don't get me wrong.
Who is the best player? Who are the best players LeBron has ever played?
Westbrook, Durant.
Westbrook never played. Okay, Westbrook played. Yeah, all right. I'll give you Westbrook.
Durant, Harden.
Durant's not that good.
Curry.
Durant's not that good. And Curry's just a shooter. What is Curry without a shot?
What are you talking about?
What is Curry without a shot? What's Curry without a shot?
A point guard. A true point guard.
A terrible point guard, obviously.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying. All he has is
he drives too at times. I mean, he's small. What do you want him to do?
I'm sorry, dude.
I mean, Isaiah. What? He's gonna face Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is a pretty good guard.
That's it.
Dirk.
But then again, that goes to he's by himself.
Manu,
so that's not fair on his ass.
Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. These are players in 10 years, 20 years from now, they're gonna be like, man. San Antonio was good San Antonio was great when they had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan. That's when San Antonio was great. And you know it's true because that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
No, I know it's true, but that's also coming with good coaching. But that's fine.
But you get what I'm saying though. You can't. You make it seem like any of the players that he's faced nowadays in the NBA that none of them will be great. A lot of these players are gonna be great. They're gonna become NBA legends. They will be. Some of them will be. You can't say no because they are.
But then at the same time, this man lost to a Dallas Mavericks team where who was the starting point guard on that team? JJ Barea? Where is he at now? Where's Jason Terry at right now?
Jason Terry
Dirk Nowitzki's the only guy on that team. Dirk Nowitzki's the only guy on that team that I can remember. And
he was the one that he lit it up. What do you mean? You make it seem like Dirk. You made it. You guys like the Maverick series. I give it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Maverick series, he didn't do that great. Don't get me wrong. And they lost to that team.
That's what I'm saying.
But that was their first year as a Miami Heat team, which they played another easy Eastern Conference Finals, and they weren't ready for a battle with the West. The West has always been competitive from 1 to 8. A whole playoffs is always competitive, no matter what. They always go more than 3 games there's always more than 5 to 6 games in every series. More, at least 5 is the minimum. Every team's competitive there. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron's way of getting, he knows he has to get players that can perform that are on the bench. He's just doing what every team that he's lost to, every team that he's lost to has what he has now, which is why he's not losing. He has a great bench, has a great starting lineup, and if he needs to take a break, he can take a break. All those teams that he's played were able to do that. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu, they were off the court taking breaks, and freaking Miami was either struggling or trying to push on them. I mean, he wants what other teams have, which is a complete team, and there's nothing wrong with that. Kyrie was already there when he went to Cleveland. The only thing he brought was the only thing he really asked for was Kevin Love, and then everybody just poured in on themselves. Kevin Love, then came J.R. Smith, then came Iman Shumpert, who Iman's not even doing. I don't know what the hell if he's even doing anything offensively. You got Darren Williams, which I haven't really even heard about ever since joining the team. I mean, it's like, he has all these players. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, these players, what are they doing? Like, what? It's not like they're making that huge of an impact, but they're just playing their role on that team and just coming in and filling in and keep the team in front or play defense on the defensive side and play behind if you have to and just work to get in front again. I mean, so personally, I think when it's all said and done, I'm not gonna say he is, I'm not gonna say he's not, but there could be a chance that LeBron will be the best at basketball.
I say it'll be top 5. I don't think he'll be the best, and it sucks because
it's like he'll be top 2. He'll be number 2. He'll be right behind Jordan.
Just talk to me when he has 2 3-peats, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it's not about rings. It's not. It's more than just rings. It's not that it's not only about rings. It's more than just.
Okay,
rings.
But those 2 3-peats capitalize his dominance. That's dominance.
And I get that. But you can talk about Bill Russell and having 11 rings. Do you know?
That's fine. Yeah, and he's great. He's on top 5.
Not the GOAT.
That's one of top 5.
But he's not the GOAT. But he's not the GOAT, though, right?
But he was during his time. He was during his time, was he not?
Say it again?
Yeah. He was during his time.
The same thing is gonna be with Jordan.
Is.
The same thing is gonna happen with Jordan. They're gonna say what you exactly just said. LeBron James. They're gonna say no. That's the thing. That's the thing. LeBron makes as big as an impact on culture. He made. Do everything because Jordan made an impact on culture, on clothes, on shoes, everything everybody wears.
I don't think
Jordan.
I disagree with you on that. I don't think
Jordan did the impact on culture. He had an impact on his shoe game.
Oh yeah,
clothes.
that.
LeBron is the same way.
Same way.
It is the exact same way, dude. Not everybody's lining up now to buy LeBrons. I'm not saying that LeBron's outsold Jordans. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the impact of his line to the league. I mean, the dude has a lifetime contract with Nike. Not everybody gets that. Like what you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
like the guy gets unlimited amount of. I mean, so his impact on the game, his impact on his city, Ohio, Akron, dude. That's probably the city probably makes way more money than it did when he was gone. Now that he's back, it probably makes a lot of money. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. No, that's fine.
So
yeah,
it's
I agree, man.
So the way I say it, the way I see it, is how you just said. Bill Russell was the greatest of his time. It's gonna be the same way. Jordan was the greatest of his time. LeBron will be the greatest of his time. Because that little window from Jordan,
he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but it's the same thing about Jordan. Jordan was the greatest of his time. LeBron will be the greatest of his time. Yeah, I'm not saying Jordan's the GOAT, though. You get what I'm saying?
And Jordan is the GOAT.
And between Jordan and LeBron, there was that little window of, everybody likes to say Kobe, but it was like Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan, and then just Kobe because everybody knew who Kobe was. But that's literally that window between Jordan, and then when LeBron hit the league, then it was LeBron. Kobe had his one year, 1 or 2 years, and then when LeBron hit the league, it was all LeBron. Ever since LeBron joined the league, that league has became his because he took him to the finals at a young age. He's made it to the Eastern Conference Finals every year after that. He lost some. Obviously some NBA finals, but at the end of the day, this league has been his. Like, that's the thing. That's the point. You
talk
talk about dominance.
That's
if dominance.
No, that's not dominance.
That
if
is
LeBron was on the
dominance.
West, no, it's not because he's still no. He needs help, obviously. But I'll say that later. Anyway, if LeBron was on the Western Conference, you think he'd be the same guy he is today?
I think he'd be better.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. The
That's
Western
not true.
makes people more competitive. Dude, the Western Conference is the most competitive conference. I think if he was on a Western Conference,
this hype on him, dude. He would not have this hype on him.
If he was on a Western Conference team, and let's say he were to stay on he started on a Western Conference team, and they built it off around him, and he had the dude. I think he'd be way more. I think he'd be way better than what he is right now. Because then if he went to the East, the East is a cakewalk for him. It always has been. He's played good teams.
That's what I'm saying. This is the whole reason why he is what he is because this Eastern Conference Finals is weak. You can't.
No, but you gotta understand.
Can't say that's why he's dominant because he's been having a cakewalk every time he's been there, and when he's been there, his championship record has been terrible. So that does not make him dominant. That cannot make him dominant. That's like being the best player in the gym class, and then you go play varsity, and you on the bench. No, that's just as relevant to that.
No.
Yes, it is. That's what it is.
No, why I say cakewalk, it's not because teams in the East suck. It's because he's always been the best player in that conference. It's not about teams being weak. He's played good teams in the East. You can't say he hasn't. He's gone to Game 7. He's gone to Game 7s against how many times he's faced the Bulls? He went to games 4, 5, and 6. Okay. But no, it was a good. Don't say because that was the Bulls with the bench mob, and the Bulls' best chance was that year. That was LeBron. That was Derrick Rose. That was Derrick Rose MVP. And then there was teams that took over. Like Derrick Rose got hurt, and then there's a young Indiana Pacers team that was good at that time, which was the first year of Frank Vogel, or the second year of Frank Vogel, which was Lance Stevenson.
Where's
Paul
he at
George.
Now? Okay, he's the only player.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. We're talking about that time. I'm not talking about Indiana right now. If you want to talk about Indiana right now, we know what they did. I'm talking about Indiana at that time. But you gotta understand, like teams that he's played against, until this year, where he's been able to cruise. This is the first year where he's been able to cruise to the Eastern Conference Finals. Name me another year he was able to cruise. He's never been able to cruise. No, he's never.
He cruised last year. He cruised the year before that.
No, he did not cruise last year.
Yes, he did.
No, he hasn't.
He swept the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks was the most dominant team in the whole season.
Atlanta was the most gassed
up,
overrated,
overrated exactly.
NBA team in the league.
That's what I'm saying about Indiana. Indiana was overrated because look where everybody's at now.
Yeah, but that's Indiana
the Bulls,
now.
They were great.
We're talking about those teams at the end at that time.
Man. I'm sorry. I guarantee you. If LeBron would have played against this Rockets team that just lost, if they played, that game would have gone Game 7 and Houston would have beaten them. I guarantee you because their defense is way better. James Harden would have lit them up, and it would have definitely happened. I guarantee you, but I do know that because that's how much of an impact the Western Conference is. I guarantee you that's what would have happened.
No, it would have not happened.
And then the
you
team
have
with
too
the
much.
Team
you have too much. You have too much faith in this.
LeBron would never gone to the finals, dog. No, he would never
LeBron
have gone
would
to
have
the
been a
finals.
way better player.
If LeBron was in the Western Conference right now, he would not made to the
LeBron would be a way better player right now if he would have started in the Western Conference than he would have started.
He would have been.
I promise you. Anybody you could talk. Anybody you talk to.
He'd never gone and barely even gone to the finals. I guarantee.
Anybody you talk to will tell you that.
But that's my other thing is that's what make Jordan more dominant. Day in and day out, he's faced these teams in the playoffs and still was able to capture a 6-0 record in the finals. That makes him more dominant. That's why he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but he had great teams too. You make it seem like his teams were trash. That's the thing. You got to understand. Jordan had great teams. When did Jordan ever had a bad team?
That's fine. He had great
Name
teams,
a bad team for Jordan.
That's the front office that made that team. That's like why the Spurs. People say the Spurs have always had a great team. Why aren't they the great? Why isn't Tim Duncan the greatest of all time? Because he was dealt with what he had, and he got to the finals. And Tim Duncan was he's probably lost, 2 or 3 times so far. That's why he's not the greatest of all time, because his record in the finals has not been shown. Look, Michael Jordan had a great team because of the front office and a great coach, just like the Spurs. And Jordan is 6-0 in the finals all the time. He would have been 7 if he didn't play baseball. Go ahead.
Would you say Kobe?
Kobe what?
Let me just jump. So would you say Kobe is better than LeBron?
Would I say Kobe is better than LeBron?
In terms of like that same idea that the front office built the team, everything. Would you say Kobe? Would you say Kobe's better? Would you say Kobe'd be the GOAT? Because Kobe,
I would.
Because Kobe, you see that's the thing though. Because Kobe, the same way, has never had a team built around. The team was bought. Every team Kobe's had was bought. Yeah. So then why? What's the difference between LeBron and Kobe if LeBron's was bought too?
Because LeBron he complains and brings all these players in.
He doesn't complain. He moves back and forth. He knows what he needs. That's why he moves back and forth. He knows what he needs to win.
If he would have stayed in Miami, nobody would be talking about it. Everybody would be hating this man because he went back to Cleveland to get all these players. That's why he left. Because he wanted these players. He knew if he stayed in Cleveland, who the hell wants to go to Cleveland?
Who knows?
If he went to Miami because he got his ring. This guy's awesome. He's running the East. But he had to go there in order for people to go to Cleveland.
Okay, what about KD?
KD went to Oklahoma. KD went to San Francisco. Who the hell wants to play in Oklahoma?
Yeah, but why isn't KD getting this big of a backlash as LeBron?
Because LeBron already did it, so it's like, okay, well, LeBron did it, so it's okay for KD to do it. That's why. That is why.
It's because KD is not as big of an impact player as LeBron is.
That's true too. Yeah, that's fine, and I agree with that. But that still doesn't change the fact that if KD goes back to Oklahoma, then that's just as relevant as him and LeBron. But KD's not as good as LeBron. I'll say that. That's fine. But my point is that LeBron is insecure. That's why he left Cleveland to go to Miami, to go back to Cleveland, to get all those great players to go to Cleveland. That shows insecurity. Whereas the Kobe, he got what the hand he was dealt with. Jordan, he had the hand he was dealt with. And all these other teams, all these other guys,
you can't say Kobe did that because Kobe had his 1 year with the greatest team that was supposed to win it all. With Dwight Howard, Paul Gasol, Metta World Peace, him, and Steve Nash.
Yeah,
yes, he did. It was him and Gasol. No, it was Dwight and Gasol.
We're talking about an old ass Steve Nash.
We're talking about Dwight, Gasol. It didn't matter how old. It didn't matter how old the old Steve Nash.
That was the back end. That was the back end of Dwight Howard's career right there. Was when he went to the Lakers, and you know that.
Dwight Howard that year before was the dominant Dwight Howard. So that's why they took that chance and went and got him. Don't give me that crap. Paul Gasol was coming off great years. Paul Gasol was coming off all his good years that he's had with the Lakers. So why doubt his playing? So he's going to stay. Then you got Metta World Peace, who Artest is a defensive guy. Who was the coach, Antone? No, it wasn't Dan. What's his name?
Yeah.
Mike Brown.
And that's why Kobe.
But no, it's not that. I mean, it was like you can't say that he got the hand that he dealt with, and no, that's not. Kobe's never had that. Kobe had that. Is. Kobe got humbled at the end of his career when nobody wanted to come to LA anymore. That's literally all. That was the only time he ever had his last 2 years where then he knew he had to hang it up because he wasn't going to deal with that shit anymore. That's the reason why he hung it up. He didn't hang it up because he was tired. His body was giving out. No, he was tired because he didn't want to deal with that shit. What are you talking about, bro? He didn't want to deal with that shit. Dude didn't want to deal with that shit anymore because he knew his team wasn't good anymore. So he left as well. Why would he stay?
Sorry,
why would he kill his own body?
No, that's fine. I agree with that. Why would you want to leave? But that's my point. He didn't leave. He didn't leave to go try to get a ring. He didn't leave to try to go.
Yeah, because he knows it makes him look good. Like of course, all this is LeBron. Oh, we hate
that's
LeBron.
That's what LeBron.
So
but LeBron had to go to Miami. LeBron had to go to Miami to make him look good. That's what I'm trying to say. He's insecure. He had to do all that.
At the end of the day,
to have the team he has now.
At the end of the day, LeBron is gonna get rings, and he's gonna have good teams.
We don't know that. He might have just.
He's gonna get rings, and he's gonna have good teams.
We don't know.
He's gonna get rings and have good teams. That's the thing. He's gonna have good teams no matter what anymore. You know what? He's gonna be any player.
And
the
he's
reason
smart.
why,
He's a smart man.
the reason why it becomes bigger is because he's LeBron James. That's the only reason why this is such a big deal. It's because of who he is.
That's fine.
But every player has their concerns about what they need on their team. It's just because LeBron voices it and says, "Look, man, Kyrie's doing all he can. We need a backup point guard. What's wrong with him doing that?" Like, I don't get why that's a problem. They need a backup point guard. So, okay, we're gonna go out and get one.
But you've had
who was Kyrie's backup? We've been through this before.
All right.
Who's Kyrie's backup?
I know who this is. You said it before.
Say we do exactly, but you don't remember.
But I don't watch Cleveland. That's why I don't like watching the Cavaliers. That's why I wouldn't know out the back. But anyways, that's besides my point. You can't.
But that is the point, though, dude.
That's not the point.
It's like, why can't any player want their team to be good? Like, you get what I'm saying?
No, that's fine. You can have
what's
it, but
wrong with that?
You don't make that publicized. You don't get that publicized. That's the coach. That's for the coach to do. That's what the coach is supposed to do. That's why Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, these guys are great.
If you have the power,
and those guys
to be
ran
like,
dynasties.
You know what? I'm gonna go talk to my
GM. Did with the Lakers too.
I'm gonna go to my GM and say, "Hey, look, Kyrie's doing all he can do. I think we need a backup point guard. I think it would help him out. I think it would help the team out."
Yeah, but
what's wrong with him doing that? But what do you mean don't publicize that? Dude, he's just talking to the GM.
All right.
If he's talking to a GM and he's asking for, like, hey, what's wrong with that? He's not saying, hey, go give me Chris Paul. Bring him this way.
Team, dog.
How is it trashing your team?
Because that's just saying what you got is a piece of shit. I mean, in the end, that's what it is, bro. And that's messed up as a player. That's messed up as a leader. You can't do that. That's
what do you mean that's messed up as a leader? All these players come to play with LeBron because they know they have a chance at winning it all. They don't come here being like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
went to Miami.
No, it's not because of that, dude. Because no, it's not. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. No, it's not.
If he didn't go to Miami, it's still that he wouldn't be. He'd be.
How do you? My thing is, how do you know? Because
Paul
the thing, no. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
If he never went to Miami,
I don't want to hear that. You know why? Because that year he went to Miami. That year he went to Miami. He wasn't the only free agent. It was him, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. All three of them were. They were going to the place where they can all play together and all make money. It wasn't of Cleveland. I promise you, if Cleveland had the money to be like, we can sign Bosh, Wade, and you, it would have happened. But they couldn't. They couldn't do it, and that was their plan all along. Was to be like, you know what, let's play together. Well, because you think about it, what were the Bulls offering? The Bulls could have signed at least Wade and LeBron, maybe the most. But they wanted to play together, all three of them. That was the whole plan, was for them to play together. But they didn't give a crap about Wade and Bosh because nobody gave a shit because LeBron was the guy on the market. It wasn't about Wade and Bosh. It was about LeBron. Where's LeBron going? They also, and it was all a plan. You remember they had videos on Sports Center. Oh, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh are meeting up. Oh, they hang out. Oh, they had dinner today. Oh, they went to sleep. Oh, they woke up. Oh, they went out to the gym together. Like, it was a whole thing of, what are they doing? Why are they always together? The whole plan was to, where are we going to play? What makes the most sense? Who's going to give us the most money? Like, that's what it was. I promise you, if Cleveland had that opening for Bosh to come, they would have stayed in Cleveland. I promise you, LeBron would have brought them to Cleveland. So. I think they would have. Because you know what? Dan Gilbert would have done. Dan Gilbert, like how he is. Dan Gilbert, the same guy. Dan Gilbert, the same guy who ate all his words after re-signing LeBron, would have done anything to give. Dan Gilbert would have fired everybody on that roster just to bring Wade, Bosh, and LeBron together. But you can't do that. He would have let go of everybody. And LeBron really knows that.
I really don't think Dwayne Wade would have gone to Cleveland, to be honest. I just don't see that happening. I just could never see anybody really go to Cleveland except for Kevin Love, but he came from Minnesota, so that's just as
he goes from shit town to shit town.
I said, who the hell wants to play in Cleveland? And that's why I think LeBron went to Miami to get his players and to go back and bring everybody there.
It wasn't to get his players because who from Miami left and went besides.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that's what he went to Miami knowing that. Okay, let's do something here. I can live a better life, and let me get my whole morale up so I can become the best thing. And then when I
he
do
was
that,
already the best thing, man.
Guys
he just didn't have rings, dude. Yes, he was. He was. What was everybody's final like dream at the time? Yeah, no. Between when LeBron was when LeBron was on Cleveland and he was losing at Eastern Conference Finals. What was the dream? What was everybody's dream to see at the finals? Who was the matchup that everybody wanted to see at the finals? It was always Kobe and LeBron. It was always Kobe and James. Everybody wanted to see Kobe and LeBron James. Don't give me that you don't know, because that's how it always was. It was Kobe, LeBron. I want Kobe, LeBron. Kobe, LeBron. Kobe, LeBron. So I don't want to hear that LeBron wasn't the guy, because LeBron was always the guy.
No.
Yes, he was, dude. When you take your team within the first year of your career, you take your team to the finals with trash and you lose. You don't tell me that you don't become the guy. That's bull. That he became the guy.
Allen Iverson did that. Allen Iverson did the same thing.
And Allen Iverson's the guy. He became one of those guys too. What I'm trying to tell you is, I can't believe you're saying that he never was, and he always has.
I think what cultivated him was his, him going to Miami. That's basically what I'm saying.
That's
Allen
what
Iverson
made everybody
was just
hate
as
him.
big an impact.
It wasn't about that. Wasn't that everybody didn't know who he was. Everybody hated him when he went to Miami, but everybody knows who LeBron is and knows how dominant he is. Literally, what can you possibly do? It's not like Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade won his championships with good teams. He won, and then he won with LeBron James. Reggie Miller never won a championship. You know why? Team sucked. He never had enough players.
He was in Indiana. Who the hell wants to play in Indiana? That's what I'm trying to say
is, like, all the great. There's a lot of great players out there that they're great players, but they can't do it. They never did it alone. So I don't want to hear it.
That's fine.
Magic Johnson, did he do it alone? No, he. Okay, exactly my point. So why does everybody hate? Why don't we all hate Magic Johnson then? Let's all hate Magic Johnson for having great teams in Los Angeles and the Lakers.
He was dealt with. He was dealt with the hand he was dealt with. He should have just. I don't know.
I want to hear that crap. I want to hear that, dude. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is you can't.
It is what it is. In my eyes, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Always will be. And that's just point blank.
He's the GOAT of his time.
Let's get to
will he get dethroned?
Let's get this. We've been talking about this for like 20 minutes, 20, 30. I don't even know how long. But let's get to let's wrap it up. Let's the NBA draft lottery is coming up, man. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of players are going wherever. The big name is Lonzo Ball. This man is a big marketing tool, and he's gonna have a lot of baggage to come with them, with his pops being there. So good luck for whoever takes him. That's all I gotta say.
He wants to go. They keep saying the Lakers, but I don't know, man. I don't think if the Lakers are gonna do it.
But I see Suns. I see Suns in the mix. I can see Phoenix getting them. I can see.
We'll see, man.
I don't think Sixers.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, man. Definitely gonna be huge news. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Another thing that's been good for Too Much Sauce, we have a new series coming out for you guys. More shows, more things getting at you. We got my homeboy Gianni making a show for you guys. It's basically it's basically a whole series that's gonna be about Spider-Man. He's got this whole thing about Spider-Man. We got a lot of stuff coming at you. Be action packed.
Yeah, man. He's got a lot. He's the cool thing. He's really determined to do this. So he's working. He's writing. It's his friend Renaud, which is his basically not producer. He's the one recording him, and he's the camera guy there, and he's really serious about this, as so is Gianni. So I think what they have in store is going to be awesome.
It's going to be good, man.
We do have the clip to show you guys.
We have a clip right here if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
It's right here.
When you stick around long enough, people that you try to protect start to resent you. You tend to push the people that you love and care about away. You lose relationships, you lose yourself, and the people start to lose hope. And when things get as bad as they have, I can't stand back and watch my city go down. Looks like it's time to roll up the curtains.
I'm excited to see what he's got in store. I think we're excited as a Too Much Sauce family to have him on board. It's still him and Renaud. We're definitely happy to see them on board, and we're they're gonna come out.
Sauce,
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're gonna let them do their own thing on here. We're just kind of let them, get the feeling out, and but definitely we'll be posting up every time. We get a episode of the miniseries out. We'll be posting it, and we'll be letting everybody know, when it's out and when it's ready to go. And definitely excited to see what he can do. Definitely excited to see what they can do as a unit and
awesome.
See what they bring, man. Because definitely that was a real cool teaser, man. Real dope teaser.
We changing things around here, man. We want what Too Much Sauce is all about is social media and views, and that's really what we want, man. We want people to not only just get the TV, because TV I feel like is going outdated. I think the internet's the new best thing right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And we want to, get you guys that full effect. That whole
we're doing our best to like bring it all to you guys, and not only that, we want people to get on board as well and be a part of it too. We want people to post. We want people to, we're looking everywhere right now, man. We're just kind of like, we're trying to get hungry. Yeah, if you guys got it, if you guys have any show, if there's people out there with any show ideas of doing anything, and want to have their own little spot, let us know. We'll talk about it with you. We'll let you know if we're interested as well. And,
a lot of sauce going around.
But yeah, definitely. Yeah, but definitely, man. That, so shout out to Gianni and Ronald for being part of the family now, man. We're excited to have you guys on board.
Definitely, guys.
Definitely cool beans. I mean, we're gonna. So yeah, man, just be on the lookout for that mini series, man. We'll be posting about it on the page as well. So
definitely,
good.
Guys. You guys, and also check out Beyond Square Circle. Definitely.
Yeah, check out Beyond the Square Circle. Awesome.
Backlash coming up for that for WWE heads out there. It's gonna be very cool. Also, it's in Chicago, so if you guys get a chance, definitely recommend going seeing that.
Yeah, definitely. $60 the cheapest ticket to go see Backlash, right. But definitely gonna be fun. Yeah.
Anyways, that's our show, guys. I'm happy you guys are glad. We are gonna definitely keep this updated.
Yeah,
Once
definitely.
Again, we are here for you guys. This is the movement, and keep watching.
Keep watching.
Too much sauce.
Too much sauce. Peace.